woman, listen to me carefully. There is a shaking coming. And I'm not talking about the kind of shaking you feel in your emotions or the kind you can see in the world. I'm talking about a divine shaking, a move of God so strong that no one you know will be able to escape it. Friends will feel it. Family will feel it. Your workplace will feel it. Even the people you've never spoken to will feel it. And here's the truth. You cannot stop it. You cannot avoid it. And you cannot pray it away. This is not the season to be comfortable. This is the season to be ready. When God decides to move, he will not ask for your permission. He will not explain himself to your friends. He will not give a courtesy warning to the people who are comfortable with you staying where you were. When the shaking begins, it will disrupt every comfort zone you have ever known. And the reason it will shake so deeply is because God is detaching you from the wrong attachments. Woman, hear me. Detachment is not rejection. It is alignment. It is God saying, I am bringing you into a season where only those assigned to your destiny can walk with you. Some of you are about to find that the people you thought would be there forever will suddenly become distant. Do not chase them. Do not explain yourself. Do not try to pull them back in. When the shaking begins, God himself is sifting your relationships. A strong woman is not defined by how many people surround her. She is defined by how unshakable she remains when everyone around her starts trembling. When the ground under your feet moves, you will discover that your stability was never in people, never in titles, never in the familiar. Your stability is in the God who never changes, even when the entire world does. And understand this. Separation is not punishment. Separation is promotion. When God elevates you, he will not allow every voice to speak into your life. He will not allow every opinion to shape your decisions. But you cannot step into the new season carrying the baggage of the old one. That is why emotional and spiritual detachment is a sign of maturity. The woman who can release without resentment is the woman God can trust with more. When the shaking comes, there is no time to negotiate with your past. The shaking will also reveal something powerful. It will show you who is truly for you. There are people who stand with you only when the ground is steady. But when the storms hit, they disappear. The shaking exposes pretenders and reveals the faithful. And here's the beauty. You don't have to fight to keep the right people. Those who are rooted in your purpose will withstand the shaking with you. Finally, inner strength is not proven by how much you can hold on to. It is proven by what you can release without losing your peace. God is looking for women who can let go and still stand tall, who can say, even if everyone walks away, I will still follow the voice of the one who called me. That is the kind of woman who will not just survive the shaking, she will rise because of it. When God begins to move in your life, he will always challenge the places you have grown comfortable in. Comfort zones feel safe because they are predictable. You know, the people, you know, the environment, you know, the routine. But the danger of comfort is that it can become a prison disguised as peace. It holds you in a place where you are no longer growing, no longer stretching, no longer depending fully on God. That is why every true move of God begins with a disruption. He shakes the very ground you are standing on so that you cannot stay where you are. Sometimes that disruption looks like sudden changes in relationships, unexpected shifts in your career, or the closing of doors you thought would always be open. And your first reaction might be confusion, because everything felt stable before the shaking started. Spiritual detachment is one of the most misunderstood processes in a believer's journey. Many people think that when someone drifts away or when God removes a relationship, it is a form of rejection. But in the kingdom, removal is rarely about rejection. It is about alignment. God knows where he is taking you, and he knows exactly who and what belongs in that destination. There are seasons when he will intentionally strip away certain connections. Not because they are bad people, but because they no longer match the assignment over your life. When you hold on to everything and everyone from your past seasons, you risk carrying unnecessary weight into the next one. Every new level in your life demands a new level of clarity. And clarity comes when the wrong voices are silenced. God will never allow destiny to be shaped by voices that don't understand it. So when he starts shifting people in or out of your life, it is not personal, it is purposeful. The challenge is that emotional attachment makes alignment feel like loss. You may grieve certain relationships or opportunities because they were familiar and comforting. But if you could see from God's perspective, you would understand that he is not subtracting from your life. He is making room for the divine connections that will strengthen your walk, accelerate your growth, and protect your destiny. Detachment requires trust. Trust that God knows what you cannot see. It is choosing to release without resentment, believing that what he allows to remain is what truly belongs. When you embrace detachment as alignment, you stop chasing what is leaving and start focusing on what is coming. You realize that the ones who are meant to walk with you will remain without you having to fight for them. A woman who is truly unshakable is not defined by the absence of storms, but by her ability to remain grounded when everything around her trembles. Life will test the stability of your faith, especially when God begins to shift and shake the foundations you've stood on for years. People you trusted may change. Plans you built may collapse. Opportunities you relied on may disappear. But the strength of an unshakable woman is that her stability does not come from external circumstances. It comes from the unchanging nature of God. When the shaking begins, those who have built their confidence on people will panic. When people leave, those who have built it on resources will crumble when resources dry up. But a woman rooted in God knows that he is her source, her anchor, and her foundation. The ground under her may move, but the rock beneath her never will. This is why her peace is unexplainable and her strength seems supernatural to those watching. Being unshakable does not mean she feels no pain or uncertainty. It means she refuses to let those emotions dictate her obedience. She does not allow fear to paralyze her or loss to define her. She understands that the shaking is not meant to destroy her, but to separate what is temporary from what is eternal. Every time the ground shifts, she draws deeper from the well of God's presence, knowing that his promises are more stable than the world's foundations. This kind of stability is the fruit of spiritual maturity.